Hi, Hearties. Welcome back. So in this episode, I am going to talk about all my predictions thus far for the wedding, the big wedding with Elizabeth and Lucas. Since you're here, click the button and subscribe, and also click the bell and the word all for notifications. Okay, before I can even talk about the wedding, I wanted to address two things. Milestones. The 100th episode is coming up, and it's coming up in season 10. Now, where is the 100th episode? That seems like to be the question out there on social media. So I counted up, and I feel like there are 97 episodes. Wherever it is, if it's 97, 95, 99, whatever it is, according to my calculations, the 100th episode is going to be early on in the season. Now, if they're saving that for the wedding, that would be fabulous because I would like for Elizabeth and Lucas to get married early on in the season. As a matter of fact, whether they're married in the 100th episode or not, I strongly think, I predict that they will get married early on. I do not think that season 10 will have that background B story constantly in every episode building up to the end of them getting married. We've been there, we've done that. I think they're going to feature more of Lucas and Elizabeth as a married couple. So, first prediction, marriage ceremony happening early. Now, where will this marriage ceremony be? I don't know. I have some ideas. I'm going to list my ideas, and then I would like for you to let me know in the comments if you agree with any of them or if you have something totally different. Now, the reason why I don't have any ideas is because there really weren't any hints about it in season 9. And you know I pay attention to the details and I comb through, and I won't tell you, I think I've watched the whole season like 10 times already, okay? Because you know we're in between seasons and we haven't seen behind the scenes yet, and I get all crazy and go through with withdrawal. But anyway, I digress. So where would this be? The only hint I heard of anything for this season would be Lucas and Elizabeth at Christmas time going to see her parents. That could be, we do a time hop, and that could be in one of her voiceovers. She says they met and all of that, but that would stink because I want to see that. I'm not saying I want to see them get married then, but I want to see it. I wouldn't even be surprised. I know I'm digressing again. What if Lucas and Elizabeth eloped? They eloped, and then when they came back, because they just couldn't wait to be married, right? And then when they came back to town, they could even keep that as a little secret of theirs. That would be fun. And then, of course, they would go and have a celebration and a ceremony because you can be married twice, I don't know, in the church this time or with Joseph. I'm not sure. Okay, so anyway, where would it be? It could be the church. It could very well be like a backyard wedding. Maybe the saloon is being remodeled and it's remodeled now and it's in the saloon. Or it's such a small, intimate group, they go up to the ridge where we saw Lucas camping and he likes it up there. It's really not that far. So it could be any one of those unless you have another idea. And then, of course, there's always the bridge or even in the library. So we've got a lot of options here. I think that every one of them is fair game. If I were to pay attention to season 9 and say that anything was a hint, I would say there are two things for me. And I could be totally wrong. We have, a new showrunner coming in. We have just different things, different takes that have happened. That we saw a shakeup in season 9 when it came to storylines. So here are my two things I'm thinking out of all of those. I'm leaning towards the ridge just because the ridge became so significant to Lucas. And I'm also leaning towards them eloping. I just am. And then having a big celebration somewhere, you know what I mean, in the town. I don't know. Those are just two things that I'm coming up with. All right, now moving on to who would be in the wedding party. Again, I think that this is going to be a very romantic wedding, but I don't think it's going to be this big lavish thing. I don't think it's going to be big and lavish because we've already heard about the whole small moments, big moments kind of thing, but that doesn't mean Lucas isn't romantic. I think in what he's going to say and all the things that he's going to do leading up to it is going to be what makes it so romantic. Now, who is going to be in his wedding party? I definitely think that little Jack is not going to be like a ring bearer or on the side. I think he would be like the best man for him. And I also think that Henry would be participating for Lucas. Now, for Elizabeth, I truly think we'll have a very pregnant Rosemary. Who else? I'm not sure. It might just be them. It might just be those three in the wedding party. I also think that Joseph will preside over the wedding ceremony, but I think that Bill will too. Now, if Bill will be there, I'm not sure. I mean, the actor has had some sadness in his life, Jack Wagner. Do not take this as me saying he's not returning, because I am not saying that. But I'm saying that he will, the character of Bill will definitely be a part of this ceremony in some way, shape, or form, even if it's a phone call or a letter that's being read, if he's not physically present. And you know that When Calls the Heart is great about doing that. I also think that we will get a phone call or a letter from Abigail expressing, her excitement for Elizabeth. Okay, now when it comes from the guests, I truly think that we will have Helen and Martin there. I think this is when we're going to get to meet Martin, Lucas's father. And I am so looking forward to a conversation between Lucas and his father about him finding his, his perfect woman, perfect woman for him, who would be his one true love. He learned that from his father, and I'm really curious to see what Dad has to say, especially since, how I feel about, he may have taught him about romance, but I don't know that he taught him about how to be a dad, like Lucas had some sadness growing up, but that's a whole other story. I also think that we will get to see some of Elizabeth's family. Definitely, mother or father or both, or, Julie, that would be great. Of course, this all has to do with the actors and actresses' schedules and how they fit it all in. But I think they'll go all out, especially if it is in the 100th episode. Okay, so those are my predictions. There are not many. It's just that they tied up so much stuff in season 9 that I really did not see a lot of hints. Maybe I missed them and you saw them. Put your ideas in the comments. And we haven't even seen any of the behind the scenes yet. So there's more to come, and there could be a part 2 to this. I might change my mind, but this is how I'm feeling so far. All right, here's the best part. Elizabeth and Lucas are getting married. That is the best part. Okay, please leave your comments. I love responding, and I love when I see each of you talking back and forth. And just remember to be kind. If you are not a Elizabeth and Lucas fan, then just go on by. We don't need to see any of your comments. Yes, we know some of you loved Elizabeth with Jack. We all loved Elizabeth with Jack. But, that has moved on. This is not the space to put any of those other negative comments. That's somewhere else, not here. Okay? All right. Thank you. You have a good day. Bye.